Hey guys, welcome back to this place, and if you are new, then welcome here for the very first time. I'm Carmen, and today we are finally delving into season 3 of The Dragon Prince, with obviously the very first episode. I am really excited for this because a lot of people have been telling me that season 3 is their favorite season so far, so I'm really excited to get into it. So let's do that.
I smell death.
Is that why you summoned me here?
So the dragons can't talk.
You just expect humans to go back to the way things were before we had magic. Back to a time when we were lesser beings.
You are lesser beings.
You are arrogant.
Yeah, a little bit.
Who gave you the staff?
Avarice, maybe.
One of the great ones. An entire city. Hundreds of thousands of innocent people. Children.
Give up dark magic, or I will reduce it to ash.
You wouldn't.
I think he would. I don't trust this dragon. Is he gonna ride on one of them? That's a cool effect, though. That's Viren's staff, right? He was blinded.
That's no ordinary dragon.
Is there such a thing as an ordinary dragon?
His name is Regem, the
Regem.
Sun King.
Sneak?
We'll have to sneak past him.
Yeah.
Callum, it's time for you to get your first lesson in the ways of stealth.
Nice! I mean, nice.
He's such a
Secret
dork.
of stealth.
If the elves mount an attack, we simply don't have the numbers to hold this fortress. When the elves mount an attack,
But trust. Yeah. Time is of the essence. You gotta watch out when the wind's blowing for your sense of smell. Oh, Sam. Oh no. Are those little birds his spies? Sam! Sam, what are you doing? Oh. They're like, come on. Come on, Sam. No, oh no, oh no! Like, he doesn't even know what he's trying to kill. He's free.
Lord Viren has been arrested for treason.
She's like, I'm 0% shocked.
Lieutenant, you're right. We can't defend the breach, but I won't abandon it. Our only choice is to destroy it.
How are they gonna destroy it? It's like a lava mountain.
So, sneaking is out, running is out, fighting is out, what's left?
Talking to him? He doesn't seem the most reasonable.
Looks like it's down to my least favorite course of action.
What?
Reason. We are transporting something precious. Someone precious. The newborn dragon prince Ozymandias. The dragon prince lives. And he's very cute, isn't he? There's a good boy.
I will allow you and the dragonling to pass back into Zadia.
But not
Not
the human.
the filthy human who cowers nearby. There are two choices. You all die or just the wretched evil human.
Fuck you.
He's noble and true. When we met, he could have had me captured or killed, but he didn't. Because without knowing me or anything about me, he saw past human hatred and did what he knew was right. He's smart and kind and brave, and he's my friend. My best friend.
Y'all, why does this show always make me cry?
So please, allow him to pass into Zadia and help me take the Dragon Prince home.
Must die.
This dragon pisses me off.
But if me dying is the only way for you and Zim to get across safely,
Nah.
it's time for me to face the end.
Calm down. He can't use his fire breath yet. He can only do it every few minutes. Give me your scarf. If I wear it, I'll smell like you and I'll draw his fire. Once he uses his blast, you and Zim make a run for it while I keep him busy.
I haven't bathed in 2 weeks. This should do the trick.
That was a moment. That was a moment. I ship it.
We are ready to detonate the explosives on your command.
Pull!
Ah.
Someone has to go out there and set them off.
No.
Do it myself. But Amaya, you won't survive. She said the rest of us will.
No, but I don't want her to die. Oh no. She's alive? She's gonna offer her a hand? Yeah. At least she's alive. At least she's alive for now. Okay, ready, let's go.
That arch. What if? Throw it.
He wants me to throw up on the dragon?
Throw it.
Oh, throw it.
Espero.
He's dead. He's dead.
That was amazing. Too close, but amazing.
Relax, I'm only slightly singed. Good thinking with Aspero.
It's still close. He's still literally right there.
Let's get out of here before too close becomes too late.
Yeah, exactly. Simba's so cute.
There's only one way to neutralize Viren, and that's to do it permanently.
Execution. Ezran. It's the king. Ha! He's on a panther.
King Ezran.
A different kind of king. You can do it, bud. I'm so proud of him. Yay! I thought that was a really, really, really good start to season 3. Once again, I cried, I laughed, all of the emotions as always with this show. One of my favorite things that this episode did though was add a lot of complexity and dimension to the humans versus Zadians debate, right? Humans versus non-humans. We've, for the most part, only seen humans doing sort of shitty stuff, right? Or at least instigating the not great stuff that happened. So I really liked in this episode, they flipped the script. They showed the human, even though he was using dark magic, he was just trying to protect this kingdom. There was 100,000 people, and Sol Regem was just going to completely destroy it just because he could. You know, Sol Regem is a dragon. They can talk. We also learned that, which is really interesting. And he is, I guess, not a good dragon character, which, again, I just think is really interesting because I don't think that we've been shown Zadian characters that have provoked the horror that followed as much, at least. It's just good to see both sides of the spectrum, right? Like I said before, it was really easy to side with the Zadians because we just see all these bad things that humans do. We see that dark magic uses magical creatures in a way that depletes their life force, kills them, and is then used to aid humans. And it's not always for bad. When they killed the Titan and got the heart of the Titan, they used it to save 100,000 people or something like that. But they still killed a Titan, which, like, maybe it's not an innocent creature in the way that we would see it, but it wasn't really doing anything to provoke being murdered. You know what I mean? So there's always been this sort of give and take with it. But for this, we finally saw just Zadian, or Sol Regem at least, being the instigator, and this magician guy who disintegrated, but blinded Sol Regem, so he didn't die without accomplishing something. He also saved the city. But we saw him being the good guy in this situation. Also interesting, he had the staff that Viren has, and he said it was a gift. I'm gonna say that it was the same elf that's helping Viren that gave him that, because he seems to be like chaotic AF, and he just wants to start a bunch of shit. So I'm guessing that's his, or it originated with him. Anyway, long story short, to stop my rambling a little bit, I really appreciate the dichotomy and the just different points of view of seeing Sol Regem just being the bad guy and human mage using dark magic being the good guy. It adds dimension, like I said, and it just makes for a more multifaceted, interesting show with more multifaceted, interesting characters and a more gray area for good and evil, which I always love a gray area. So I also loved all of the Callum and Rayla in this episode. They were super cute. I loved them figuring out how to get past Sol Regem and them trying to reason with him, which did not work, obviously, because he doesn't seem very reasonable. He seems very set in his ways, and maybe his mind can be changed later, but more focused on the Dragon Queen and what she thinks than Sol Regem, honestly. So, but all of Callum and Rayla's stuff was really cute, and they had another moment and they almost kissed, and then it was like the whole cute little awkward, like, uh-oh, we almost kissed. So I'm really excited, and I hope to see their relationship develop more throughout this season because I just love them. I love both of them as characters individually and a lot together. It was also really nice to see Callum taking over the role of caretaking for Zim and them building a bond of trust. That was cool to see. We also saw Amaya in this episode, which it always makes me happy when we see Amaya. And she decided to close the breach because there's no way that they can win the fight against the Sunfire elves that are there, especially with Viren being locked up with treason now and nobody sending reinforcements to hold the breach. It's not a winnable fight. And so the best way to do it is to destroy the breach, destroy the way of connecting the two kingdoms, at least at that juncture, and kind of negate that as an enemy port, really. So I was really, really worried that she was going to die, but luckily she was not in the lava cascade of everything that got destroyed. She was on the other side. She is now being held captive, but I have hope that the Sunfire elves will be lenient, maybe, because she did... Sorry, there's something on my lip. Because she did save the one lady Sunfire elf, so we're gonna hope. And of course, last but definitely not least, we saw Ezran enter into the kingdom and take his place on the throne as King Ezran. He entered on a banther and had Corvus behind him also on a banther. Kind of, I feel like, signaling that he's a new, different kind of king. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what Ezran does in the kingdom, what his plans are going forward, how he's going to rule. I want to see him grow into this role, and especially knowing like the pieces that Viren's put in place. We'll see how he deals with that. Hopefully the other kingdoms don't just blindly attack Katalis, but you know, we're gonna have to wait and see. So I think that is all I have to say about this episode, y'all. I am really, really excited to continue on with season 3. I cannot wait to see King Ezran, Callum and Rayla in Zadia. Hopefully in both areas changing hearts and minds. I want to see what's going to happen with Amaya, Viren, and Erebos. Yeah, just all of it. I'm excited. So yeah, just let me know what you think in the comments down below, and until next time, bye guys.